In the world of Hollywood, where glamour and success often mask personal struggles, addiction has left a deep mark on many stars. Over the years, the pressure to stay relevant, the constant spotlight, and the demands of fame have pushed some celebrities to rely heavily on drugs. These substances, initially used to cope or find relief, quickly spiraled into destructive habits that damaged their careers, broken relationships, and sometimes ended their lives. Behind the shining facade, many stars faced battles with substances that were hard to escape, revealing the darker side of fame. Despite their talent and popularity, these individuals faced addiction that often overshadowed their achievements. Their stories remind us that no matter how bright the spotlight may shine, vulnerability can lurk just beneath. Now, let's take a closer look at the 10 worst drug addicts in Hollywood history, examining how their struggles unfolded and the impact on their lives. While many remember Judy Garland for her incredible performances and memorable voice, her life was marked by pain and suffering caused often by her early exposure to Hollywood's toxic environment. During the filming of The Wizard of Oz, Garland faced intense pressure from studio executives who wanted her to look and act a certain way to keep her youthful and energetic on screen. To meet these demands, they put her on a strict regimen of stimulant pills to stay awake during long hours of filming and sleeping pills to help her rest. This early introduction to drugs started a harmful cycle that she would carry throughout her life. As she grew older, the pressure to control her weight, voice, and public image increased, leading to feelings of insecurity and dependence on medication to cope. Her struggles were worsened by personal problems such as failed marriages, financial difficulties, and moments of professional decline, all of which added to her emotional distress. Although she experienced brief moments of career revival, her personal life often remained unstable, and she gained a reputation for being unreliable, frequently arriving late or missing performances altogether. Her health deteriorated over time, and her public breakdowns became tabloids' headlines. On June 22, 1969, at age 47, Garland was found dead in a London apartment from an accidental barbiturate overdose. Her tragic death highlighted the dark side of childhood stardom and how early fame, combined with controlling studio practices and emotional neglect, could lead to lifelong addiction and suffering. Despite her struggles, Judy Garland's legacy endures through her timeless performances, but her story remains a stark reminder of the emotional toll early fame can take on a person. Without a doubt, Chris Farley was a talented comedian whose energy and humor brought joy to many. However, behind his laughs and big personality, Farley struggled with a serious and ongoing addiction to drugs, including cocaine, heroin, and alcohol. Over the years, his battle with these substances worsened despite efforts to help him. Many friends and colleagues from Saturday Night Live, like David Spade and Lorne Michaels, tried to encourage him to stay sober, but his addiction kept taking over his life. His attempts at treatment often failed, and he would relapse after periods of sobriety. Farley's behavior became more unpredictable, with heavy partying, wild nights, and worsening health. His physical condition declined, with his weight increasing and his health suffering greatly. His lifestyle grew darker and more dangerous, and he was caught in a cycle of addiction that tore at his life and career. The pressures and his desire for love and acceptance made him overextend himself professionally and socially, which drained him physically and emotionally. On December 18, 1997, his brother found him dead in his apartment in Chicago. The autopsy revealed he died from a speedball overdose, a dangerous mix of cocaine and morphine, along with signs of advanced heart disease. The last moments of his life were heartbreaking. He was with a call girl who left him as he begged her not to go. His final words were said to be, "Don't leave me." Farley was only 33 years old when he died, a tragic end that echoed the fate of his idol, John Belushi, whom he admired greatly. His story remains a poignant reminder of how addiction can consume even those with great talent, and loved deeply by many. Certainly, Heath Ledger's story is a tragic reminder of how hidden struggles can affect even the most talented and admired individuals. Throughout his career, Ledger was known for his remarkable talent and his ability to fully embody his roles, often pushing himself to the edge mentally and physically. During the filming of The Dark Knight, he became increasingly sleep-deprived, sometimes sleeping as little as 2 hours a night. To cope with this, he relied heavily on prescription medications such as sleeping pills and anti-anxiety drugs, which he took to help him relax and rest. His mental health was also affected by the intense emotional toll of playing the Joker, a role that required him to delve deep into darker aspects of human nature. This emotional strain combined with the breakdown of his relationship with Michelle Williams, who was the mother of his daughter Matilda, caused Ledger to become more isolated. Despite appearing calm and professional in public, those close to him noticed his exhaustion and withdrawal. He often complained about his mind not being able to turn off, indicating he was overwhelmed by racing thoughts and anxiety. Tragically, on January 22, 2008, Heath Ledger was found dead in his New York apartment at the young age of 28. The toxicology report confirmed that he had taken a dangerous mixture of 6 prescription drugs, including painkillers, anti-anxiety medications, and sleeping pills. This combination caused respiratory failure, highlighting the deadly risk of combining multiple central nervous system depressants. His death shocked the entertainment world and became a stark warning regarding the dangers of prescription drug dependence, illustrating that even the most talented and successful people can be vulnerable to personal struggles and substance abuse. His legacy remains a testament to his exceptional talent and the importance of mental health awareness. Firstly, Corey Monteith's journey into drug addiction started at a very young age, as early as 13, which is alarming, and shows how deep his struggles with substances were from a young age. Despite trying to recover in his late teens, he continued to face the challenge of addiction well into his adult years. He left school at 16, which means he spent years without finishing his education, drifting through life with a string of odd jobs and rehab programs, trying to find stability. His breakthrough came when he gained fame for his role as Finn Hudson on the popular show Glee, where his charm, charisma, and singing talent made him a fan favorite. Still, behind the scenes, he fought silently with his past and the pressure of being a star. In 2013, after relapsing, he chose to go back into rehab voluntarily, hoping to turn things around. Despite this effort, he was found dead just months later in a Vancouver hotel room on July 13. The toxicology report revealed a fatal mix of heroin and alcohol, and experts think that his recent sobriety lowered his tolerance, making the drug combination more dangerous. His death shocked everyone, including his girlfriend and co-star Lea Michele, sparking renewed conversations about addiction and mental health among young celebrities. His life story highlights how early addiction can become deeply embedded, how difficult it is to break free, and how a relapse can easily turn deadly, even for those with fame, talent, and support. His passing at just 31 years old remains one of the most tragic losses in television history, representing a young life filled with promise that was cut short far too soon. Despite her stunning appearance and bright smile that captivated audiences worldwide, Marilyn Monroe's life was filled with deep suffering that often went unseen. As she rose to fame, her struggles with depression, anxiety, and chronic insomnia worsened, leading her to depend heavily on various harmful substances. She took amphetamines to stay alert and active, barbiturates, and tranquilizers to try to calm her mind, and drank alcohol to numb her feelings. These drugs were often mixed together in dangerous amounts, which made her health even more fragile. Though she was admired by millions, behind closed doors she battled severe psychological issues stemming from a troubled childhood, and feelings of loneliness that no amount of fame could heal. The pressures of being a star, including failed marriages, and the constant attention from the media, pushed her further into emotional distress. On film sets, she sometimes appeared confused or disoriented, often missing days of work, and needing medical help to get through her days. Many friends and doctors tried to help her with therapy and interventions, but her addiction only grew stronger. By 1962, her body and mind could no longer handle the strain, and her drug use reached a point where she couldn't function properly. On August 4th of that year, she was found dead in her Los Angeles home, flowers and medicines scattered around her. Her bedside table was cluttered with pills, including sedatives and opiates, which were determined to be the cause of her death. The official report listed her cause of death as a barbiturate overdose, which was believed to be accidental or possibly a suicide. Her tragic death became a stark symbol of the dark side of Hollywood fame, warning others about the dangers of drug abuse and mental health struggles among celebrities. Marilyn Monroe's story remains one of the most poignant reminders of how fame and mental health issues can dangerously intersect, and her life continues to be remembered as both iconic and tragic. Despite his young age of just 23, River Phoenix had already established himself as a talented actor with a bright future ahead. His career was filled with promise, and he gained admiration for his natural talent, which brought depth and authenticity to every role he played. Beyond acting, Phoenix was known for his dedication to causes he believed in, particularly animal rights and environmental issues. He was a passionate advocate for a vegan lifestyle and worked hard to raise awareness about protecting animals and the planet. His image was that of a grounded, thoughtful young man, someone who seemed to live by strong moral values and was admired for his kindness and integrity. However, beneath this wholesome exterior, Phoenix was struggling with substance use. In the days leading up to his death, he had been on a drug binge with his friend, guitarist John Frusciante from the band Red Hot Chili Peppers. Although he tried to keep his drug problems private, it was known that he had been experimenting with heroin and cocaine for some time. On the tragic night of October 30, 1993, outside the Viper Room nightclub, Phoenix collapsed on the sidewalk in front of many onlookers, including his younger brother Joaquin and his girlfriend, actress Samantha Mathis. They desperately tried to revive him, but he was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the hospital. The autopsy revealed that he had suffered acute multi-drug intoxication with dangerously high levels of cocaine and morphine in his system, along with other substances. His death was caused by a cardiac arrest resulting from the toxic mixture, highlighting how combining stimulants and opioids can be deadly. River Phoenix's sudden and tragic death shocked fans and his loved ones, revealing how even individuals who seem morally upright and lead healthy lives can succumb to addiction. His loss remains one of Hollywood's most heartbreaking, a reminder of the destructive power of substance abuse. Despite his rapid rise to fame through his work on Saturday Night Live and his memorable roles in movies like Animal House, John Belushi's life was deeply troubled by substance abuse. During the filming of Neighbors, his condition worsened to the point where crew members had to help him stay upright because he was so unstable. Belushi's energetic and unpredictable comedic style made him a household name, but off-screen, his wild lifestyle became increasingly dangerous. He was often seen drinking and using drugs, especially cocaine and heroin, which affected his mood and behavior. Friends and colleagues noticed his mood swings and unpredictable actions, and he struggled to keep his on-screen personality separate from his real life. As his fame increased, so did his drug use, and he became a familiar face in New York's nightlife, where parties often went on all night and involved heavy drug consumption. In early 1982, while staying at the Chateau Marmont in Los Angeles, he was visited by friends, including photographer Marcia Resnick and Kathy Smith, who later injected him with a deadly combination of heroin and cocaine known as a speedball. The next morning, Belushi was found dead, his death caused by the drugs. He was only 33 years old. His death shocked the entertainment world and sparked widespread discussions about the dangers of celebrity substance abuse, the culture of excess, and how little mental health support many performers received. Belushi's life was full of talent and promise, but his story also served as a harsh reminder of how addiction can destroy even the most gifted and lively individuals. After exploring the life of Elvis Presley, it is clear that he was known as the king of rock and roll, a singer who changed the face of music forever. However, behind his fame and success, Elvis faced serious health problems caused by his long-term use of prescription drugs. He died at the age of 42 from a heart attack, a tragedy that was linked to many years of abusing opiates and other medications. His body was overwhelmed by the combination of drugs he took daily, which included powerful painkillers like Dilaudid, Demerol, and Percodan, as well as sedatives such as Quaaludes and barbiturates. These drugs were often taken together to help him manage pain, anxiety, and trouble sleeping. As his stress grew with the demands of touring and his fans' expectations, Elvis also wrestled with loneliness and health issues in private. In his last years, he became more reclusive, gained a lot of weight, and was often barely able to function. His personal doctor, Dr. George Nichopoulos, also called Dr. Nick, was accused of overprescribing thousands of pills, including stimulants and depressants. Despite pleas from his friends and family to seek help, Elvis kept surrounded by people who enabled his drug dependence. On August 16, 1977, he was found unresponsive in his bathroom at Graceland. The Aute later revealed his bloodstream contained 10 different prescription drugs, showing the extent of his drug use. His death deeply shocked millions of fans worldwide and proved how dangerous overmedication can be. Elvis' story is a tragic warning about how fame, stress, and addiction can combine to have devastating consequences. His life reminds us of the real cost of celebrity excess and the importance of health and support. Anna Nicole Smith's descent into drug addiction began in her early 20s after she underwent cosmetic surgery a period when she was still trying to find her place in the world. As her career as a small-town waitress turned Playboy model gained momentum, and she became a popular reality TV star, she found herself under the intense glare of the media. This ongoing exposure brought not only fame but also personal challenges, and emotional pain that she struggled to manage. Her life became filled with public disputes, especially her highly publicized marriage to billionaire J. Howard Marshall. After his death, she found herself embroiled in a lengthy legal fight over his estate, which added more stress and anxiety to her already troubled life. She often used prescription medications such as Valium, Xanax, Methadone, and Vicodin to try to ease her pain, cope with anxiety, and deal with emotional stress. Over time, her addiction became more evident through her erratic behavior, public appearances marked by slurred speech, and frequent mood swings. Despite surviving a serious overdose at one point, she did not make any long-lasting changes and continued her dangerous lifestyle. Her dependency on pills worsened her health and mental state, yet she remained surrounded by people who enabled her rather than helping her seek proper treatment. On February 8, 2007, she was found unresponsive in a Florida hotel room. Emergency teams couldn't revive her, and she was declared dead hours later. The autopsy showed that her death was caused by a mixture of sedatives and other prescription drugs, resulting in an accidental overdose. Her tragic end highlighted how addiction can spiral out of control when combined with the pressures of fame, mental health issues, and a support system that fails to intervene before it is too late. After looking at these stories, it becomes clear that addiction can affect anyone, regardless of fame or wealth. These celebrities once shined brightly in Hollywood, but drugs took a heavy toll on their lives. Their struggles show how difficult it can be to escape addiction, even with resources and support. Some of them lost everything, while others managed to find their way back or sadly paid the ultimate price. Their stories serve as a reminder that addiction is a powerful problem that needs understanding and help. It also highlights the importance of mental health awareness and support systems. Overall, these stories teach us that behind the glamour, many stars face real battles. They remind us to be compassionate and to remember that everyone can fall into difficult times. Recognizing these struggles can inspire change and encourage people to seek help before it is too